Look at verse 23. It doesn't stop with shedding. It has to be a lifestyle of renewing our minds. Verse 23 says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Doesn't that make you think of Romans 12? Verse 23 is just Paul kind of doing a reminder. He's doing a hyperlink back to what Romans 12 says. Paul says our minds has to change, not just our behavior. Choices to put off the old things flow from a renewed mind. As Romans 12:2 says, we're transformed when our minds are renewed. When we think godly, we behave godly. When we believe right, we behave right. How is that done? It's done by the reading of the Word of God. That's the only way it's done. The only way to change, the only way to renew our minds, the only way for us. The law of the Lord is perfect, restoring the soul. The non-material part of us is only restored by the Word of God. It can be stabilized by chemicals. It can only be restored to the way it's supposed to operate by the Word of God. Only the Word of God. This is done by reading and studying God's Word and by asking the Holy Spirit to continue His renewing work. Yes, okay, no. See, every day, the Bible Study Brothers. Yes, I'm allowing God to do His renewing, sanctifying work. Okay, I want to, but I'm not really making any progress. No, I'm not. And boy, if you get a no, they actually drive over and check on the guy. See, what's going on with you? What are you texting us? No. You want to get a visit, say no, Boom. They come and check. Because the Word of God gives us God's very thoughts. That's why it's His Word. It's what He's thinking. And a prayerful meditation on what God is thinking infuses our mind with His constant renewal. This is why every Christian should be regularly, daily, allowing God to speak into their life. This is why it's valuable to read through the Bible regularly. It's imperative that we read expectantly, looking at the mirror and saying, what do you want to change? But we have to keep in mind that we don't just put the new man on merely by putting off the old. We need to do what verse 24 says. Look at verse 24. Put on. We need to put on love. We need to put on peace. We need to put on joy. We need to put on patience. For example, we lose our temper with our children and we repent of it and put it off, but we haven't completed our responsibility unless we put on love and patience. It's not enough to just say, I was wrong, Lord, forgive me, but to say, Lord, I want your love and patience. That just happened to me. Made me think of that. Yesterday, I came home and walked to the counter, and there was the coffee that the kids, I could tell it was them that made it, and it had overflowed, and it ran down. It was down the counter, it was going down the cupboards, and it was on the floor. And my immediate, non-prompted by Christ response was, I walked to their office and I said, do I have to constantly clean up after you guys? And they looked up stunned. They didn't even know what I was talking about. And so I went in and, grudgingly cleaned it up and felt really bad, and thought, what if I had had a stroke right after that? The last thought of me would have been, And so I repented, and then I put on love and patience, and then I walked back into the office, and they both went like this, Now what are you going to say? And I said, I was wrong the way I talked to you. And I am sorry, because I never should talk that way. Will you please forgive me? And you should have seen the looks on their faces. Kind of like the looks on your face when someone does that to you. They just said, oh, we're sorry, we shouldn't do that. And we didn't. And I said, no, I was wrong. Do you know what the 9 most important words are in every relationship with any human the rest of your life? 9 words. I was wrong. I am sorry. Please forgive me. See, it's not enough just to get rid of. We have to be renewed and put on the new man. And all of this is only through God's grace, and works have no place in obtaining salvation or in gaining merits, and the Christian life is by grace alone. Nevertheless, the Apostle Paul said, continue to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. It is God who works in you to will and to act according to His good purpose, Philippians 2:12 and 13. God wants to be at work in us, but as children of grace, we must work at our Christian lives. We have our part to do in dressing ourselves with the divine wardrobe. By the way, in the scriptures, clothes really do make the man or the woman if we clothe ourselves with the spiritual wardrobe of Christ.